Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Okay, so I realized that I'm a little bit late, but I had a clock that I look at here in my stamp room to keep myself on time, but it doesn't help to be on time if your clock is not the right time. So, sorry about that. Okay, let me log in here and make sure that we're all set and ready to go. And then we'll get started. So I want to be, where do I want to be? I want to be here. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure that you guys are all seeing me. And I also want to make sure I can see all of the comments and everything that we have going on today. Okay, so today we're going to do some heat embossing. I love heat embossing. Heat embossing is so much fun for me. So I'm excited to share this project with you. Okay, so, oh, excuse me. Okay, so we're going to do some heat embossing, and I am going to feature the So Sentimental stamp set, this stamp set right here. I'm going to be using the I Can't Thank You Enough sentiment. You guys, I hosted a vendor event, let's see, kind of last week, and it was so much fun. It was a ton of fun. I think it went well for everybody else. I had a lot of fun hosting it. And so I thought it would be nice if I could give my vendors a thank you for participating. It was, you know, virtual is new for all of us, and it was kind of nice to have vendors be so excited to try something new. And I know that we were kind of out of some people's comfort zones. So I don't know, I was really inspired just by the fact that everybody was willing to try and have fun. And so I really want to give them like a very special personal thank you. So let me create some room here. And I'm going to start this from scratch all the way back here. Okay, so I will let you know what I'm working with as I work through it, okay? Let's share this video. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry if my internet isn't great today. I know my kids were on Zoom meetings earlier and they were having a little bit of problems. But hopefully most, if not all of that, has been resolved. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna make 6 cards. Is that crazy? I'm gonna make 6 cards all at once with you. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this Old Olive, and I'm gonna score it at 4 1/4. Just go back and forth a couple times, and each piece of cardstock makes 2 cards, so I'm just gonna do 3 of them. Right here, back and forth with some pressure a few times, and 1 more. I do generally make a bunch of cards at once. I always make at least 2, and I recommend that you make at least 2. Pretty easy to do when your paper already, it kind of just is made for 2. Okay, so now I'm going to cut it at 5 1/2. So that's 2 cards. Cut it 1 more right here. That's 4 cards, and right here 6 cards. Okay, so now I have my 6 card bases, and then I want to start with my card inside. So I'm going to do 5 1/4 by 4. And 1 more. Oh, James, Ellie, can you let Tyson in, please? Okay, so that's 2 insides. And, oh yeah, out. Okay, and then 5 1/4 again. And 4. And 4. Right there. Okay, and then 2 more insides, and then we're done with the inside portion. 5 1/4. That. So this is inside number 5. And one more, and then that will be inside number 6. Okay, inside number 6 right there. Okay, and then these ones, how am I going to, okay, this, I want it to be 1/8 of an inch smaller than my card front. So I'm cutting at 5, just under 5 1/2. I think that's like 5 3/8, maybe. Okay, and this one I'm gonna cut 1/8 over 4. That's gonna be the top, and 1/8 over 4. That's gonna be 2 tops. This one here, and I have to keep count as I go. So this is 3, 4, and then 1/8 over 4, so that's 5. One more. Okay, and 1/8 over 4 is right here. Okay, there we go. So that's all 6 of those. And then I'm going to take this. What else am I going to take? I'm going to take this. And I'm just going to cut this in half. I'm going to cut this at 5 1/2. And I think that's all. Is that it? Just want to make sure. No, that's not all. I need one more piece of Whisper White. Like this. And I'm going to cut this piece at 5 1/2 also. Because this is just going to work as a scrap piece for us to work on. Okay. Pretty sure that's all the cutting I need there. Oh. Untruths, guys. I am not telling you the truth. Okay, one second. We need to cut this DSP. So this DSP, we're going to cut at the regular 5. Let's see, we're going to cut it at 4 inches. This is going to be like a regular card front size. 4 inches by 5 1/4. By 5 1/4. Okay. 5 1/4 here, and then one more. 4 inches. All right, I think I'm gonna have to do it another time, but that's okay. Okay, 4 inches, and then turning sideways, 5 1/4. That's 3. 5 1/4 makes 4. And this is already 4 inches because it's a 12 by 12 cardstock. So I'm just gonna go with it here. 5 and 5 1/4 makes 6. Okay, that's all the trimming we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these little strips of white because I know we don't need these. I'm gonna move these aside. We may use them. I think we will use them. I think we're gonna use them by cutting them in half. And it works out perfectly because there's 3 of them. So if I cut this in half, that'll give me 6. So these measure about 1 1/4 or 1 1/2, sorry. So I'm gonna cut this 3/4. Is that it? Yep. 3/4 inch makes it half. Oops. I just want to make sure it stays there. Okay. And one more. All right, there we go. So now we have 6 of those. Okay, so we're gonna start by taking our card bases, and I'm just gonna fold these and score them. So just a really quick score. Score. What's the most cards you guys have ever made at once? I don't know. I think. Hi, Kirsten. Good morning. How are you? I want to say the most cards I've ever made at once are like somewhere in the range of 25. I know I've done card swaps and those have 21, but I want to say that I did just a little bit more for my, I think it was my second on stage. I don't think I swapped at my first on stage. Okay, and on stage is the Stampin' Up! Convention. Okay, so these are my card bases. So I'm just going to take the whites here. Okay, and I'm going to flip all of these over. These 6 little strips here. I'm gonna flip them over and I'm going to use some adhesive. Let me just run a little bit of adhesive on the back of each one of them. But maybe not get my hand caught up on them. Can you guys hear the TV back there? My kids are watching Christmas movies. You guys, we are all ready for Christmas. Usually I make the kids wait, and I like to give Thanksgiving its due credit, right? So I actually have a big inflatable turkey that we put in the yard, and we do the whole Thanksgiving thing. Probably 30. Yeah, I want to say that 30 for on stage is probably the most I've ever done, somewhere in that range. Okay. Anyway, we didn't put the turkey out yet. I don't know why. We don't really have a reason. We just haven't. And then my kids started watching Christmas movies last night, so I think we are officially Christmas season. Okay, so I'm just applying this strip right here to the left side of what's going to be my card insert. And I don't think this paper has like an up or down, so I don't think it really matters. I mean, maybe if you want to get really technical, like this little dark sprig needs to go up. But I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think anybody would call you out if you didn't have it going up. Okay, am I working a little bit off camera? Okay, let me work a little bit higher. Okay, so I was saying, so did I say my kids are watching Home Alone? We watched it twice. We've watched it twice in the last, 48 hours. Apparently it's their favorite. It was kind of cute today. Elizabeth did her Zoom meeting for school. She checks in once a week, and she did her little weekly check-in. And they did breakout rooms so they could have a chance to talk to their classmates. And it was funny because their breakout room question was, talk to your classmate about your favorite movie. Tell them what your favorite movie is and what it's about. And it was so cute because Elizabeth had 2 breakout sessions. And the first one, she was talking to a little boy, and he was telling her his favorite movies was Prudes, which is a good movie. I like that movie. And then she was like, mine is Home Alone. and the teacher jumped in for a second. She was like, oh, okay. And then Elizabeth did her second Zoom meeting with a little girl. And she was, my favorite movie is Frozen. And Elizabeth was like, my favorite movie is Home Alone. Which I thought was kind of funny. Because I would expect her, you guys know Ellie, she is all girls. So I would have expected her to also say Frozen or, one of the princess movies. But she went with Home Alone today. I think probably just because she has Home Alone on her mind. Okay. So I'm just centering this up and putting the inside on all of these. I do kind of, when I'm creating a bunch of cards like this, I do very much like to do the assembly line method, like get one step done for all of them. I find that to be like the most efficient way of getting it done for me. Okay. So this should be number 5, which means we're almost done. The insides are important, but sometimes I find the insides to be, I don't know, they're not as much fun as creating fronts. Fronts are a little bit more fun for me. Okay, so there is inside number 6. Just like, okay, like that. Got it. Got it, and it's done. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this DSP. This DSP is from the Forever Greenery suite. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but that's where it's from. So I'm just going to run adhesive on the back of these pieces. And I'm going to mount them to the front of these. And there's not a ton of border around this. It's just a little bit of white peeking through. But I think it's a really good little, just like a good little detail. Come on. Come on. I think I'm trying to rush through this a little bit too much, and so my adhesive it's not cooperating with me. Okay. I can do this. Okay, that one. Mounting. I think this DSP would actually be really pretty for a Christmas, like a little Christmas card too, because of the greens in there. I think that's a really pretty festive, kind of an alternative. I really like creating Christmas projects with alternative. Do I not have enough cardstock? Or did I already do all 6? Was I just that fast and efficient and didn't realize it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. Oh, there they are. I just don't have all my DSP. Okay. So let's move this aside and let's do these. Let's get these last 2 done. I thought maybe I was just working really efficient and working faster than I thought, but I'm not. I just had them tucked away. Okay. I was saying I like making Christmas projects with non-traditional Christmas stuff. My favorite Christmas color combo is like a navy blue, which for us would be the Night of Navy, and like a light purple. And I love that with some accents of silver. I just think that's the prettiest color combination, and it makes me think of Christmas. You know, it's not an actual Christmas combo, but it works for me. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this DSP and I'm going to run adhesive, well, the DSP with the white. And I'm going to run adhesive on the back of all of these. And now I'm going to mount this right on the front. And it's the same with this white and this green. It's just a little border. It's not a whole lot, but an important detail, I think. Okay. And yeah, again, I don't think it matters, but I am going to make sure to put like these bits. I want these bits to be facing up. I guess that kind of is, this is the up way, because it would look weird to have leaves curling up, right? Mine is aqua magenta. Aqua and magenta are pretty. Those are really pretty color combos. Have you seen, it makes me think of like Dr. Seuss, but like when they do the magenta with the green and like the really bright colors. I like that combination also. I'm not necessarily brave enough to work with that color combination, but I do think it's pretty. And this should be right here. Right here. Okay. Two more. And this is the up way. And one more, last one, and then we can move on to the really fun stuff. This is like the basic making and prep part. This is like when you're baking. This would be like the measuring out of the ingredients. At least for me, that's what it feels like. Okay. So there we go. We've got 6 of these, and they look great with finished insides, which makes them even better. Okay, so I'm gonna set those aside over here, and I'm gonna put away my adhesive, and I'm gonna bring over the cut and emboss right here. And we are going to use the Stitch So Sweetly dies. They are part of the So Sentimental bundle. So if you order the stamp set, which is here, the stamp set and the dies, you do get 10% off for ordering them together. And I do recommend that you do that. Okay, so I pulled out the 2 biggest squares, and I'm gonna decide which one. Yep, it's that one. I thought I might want to use the smaller one, but I don't. I want to use the bigger one. I was saying I do recommend that you buy the bundle because you know, you save some. And I've tried in the past not getting the bundle, like, oh, I don't need the dies. But then as I'm working with the stamp set, I realized that I really would like the dies that coordinate. Okay, so putting that there, doesn't have to be particularly straight or fancy. There we go. Okay, hold on. I have some stuff over on the table back there. It's making it difficult. You know what I should do? Hold on. I know what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to turn this because sometimes it's hard for me to roll the dies through because I'm at a weird angle for the camera. So I'm just going to do it straight ways. That way it's not odd for me. But look at this. That pretty stitching. How cute. I love it. Okay, we're going to run this through again. And I might, it looks like I'm going to need another piece of the, what was this? Pretty Peacock. I just have the one sheet that we cut in half, and I think I'm gonna need a 3rd half sheet because we need 6, and I'm only getting 2 out of this one. Like this. Put it in there. Try to feed it through and roll at the same time. And it's not liking me for it. I think I have it too close to the end there. Okay. There we go. There we go. Now it's happy. And one more from the sheet, and then I'm going to have to cut another piece of the Pretty Peacock. Not liking what I'm doing. What am I doing wrong? You Guys, my plates are so loved because I like to use them to the very, very end. And I think that might be what's making things difficult for me. But I'm not ready to move on to a new set of plates yet. So if you're working on your own workspace, this actually doesn't move as much as it looks like it does on camera. My table, obviously I have the paper here and that's making it slide. But also my table is not the, my table kind of has a leaf on it. So I think that also probably doesn't help me. Okay, this is just a scrap piece of the, I'm gonna put it here. So in order to maximize my paper usage, I do keep, like when I have a large scrap piece, I do keep it in my drawer so that, you know, later if I have something like this where I just need one cut out of a piece of paper, I have it handy. Okay, so that's 5, and we need one more. So we'll turn it this way. And that should be enough. Okay. So now we'll set this aside. And that is 6 pieces there. Okay, and bring this all over. And then put this die away. And we are going to, okay. This ribbon comes with, it's a part of a combo pack. You get this spool of ribbon, and let me try to grab my catalog here. Okay, you get this spool of ribbon and a little red coordinating spool, so it's all the trimmings ribbon combo pack. So you get 2 spools of ribbon, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to open it because I haven't used it yet. So this is my first time. So look, it has this really pretty gold detail on it. I love that. I love it. It's gorgeous. Getting myself some regular old Scotch tape. And I'm going to measure. Okay, this is how I measure when I'm doing, like I need 6 pieces of this, right? So I'm going to go 1 to there, and then I'm going to fold it when I get up here. I'm going to go here, that's 3, and I'm going to fold it when I get here, that's 4, and then I'm going to fold it when I get here, and 5, fold it when I get here, and that's 6. So I'm going to cut it right here. And I'm going to hold those in place still. And then I'm just going to take my snips and I'm going to go through each loop. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to pull each loop tight and then snip it up. And that's how I cut all 6 at once. So I'm going to run this along the bottom like this. And I'm going to use these bevels. So I want 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do it on the 4th bevel. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how I'm going to line it up to get it as straight as I can. Okay. And then I'm just using my tape to tape it down. So we're going to do that on all 6 of these. So that's 3. I'm just cutting a bunch of tape because I know I'm going to use it. I'm working in an assembly line fashion, so, you know, this is going to be used. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. And 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. Is this 2, 3, 4? Do you guys find this interesting to see me do all 6 at once? Do you like being a part of the process from the beginning? I know that typically what I would have done is like pre-cut some of this and maybe shown you one of these and then I'd make the other 5 off camera. But today, while I was getting ready, I was like, you know what though? That's not how I craft. I craft by working them all at once and doing an assembly line. So I thought I would do that here for you guys because I thought that might be interesting for you. But if it's not, tell me. Tell me if you're like, no, I never want to see a really long, intense thing like this. Tell me. That's important stuff to know. Okay, so I need 1 more and then the last one. We'll need 3. Hold on 1 second. I am losing some of these. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here. I know that I don't always like seeing every detail and step. Like when I watch YouTube, I'll admit I completely forward all the way to the end. There are some things that I just want to see the final result. And you guys can do that here too. If you're watching this and there's a red light, then you're watching it live and you can't fast forward. But if there is no red light, that means I'm no longer live. You can go ahead and just skip it. Skip to the end. Skip to see the final project. Because I know that's what I do. That is totally what I do. Okay, so I'm going to flip those and I'm looking for dimensionals. I'm going to stick a whole ton of dimensionals on the back of these. I'm going to be like my super crazy self and I'm going to put, I don't know, what, 8 dimensionals back there? You guys know I love, love, love dimensionals. I feel like there isn't enough pop-up stuff in the world, especially when it comes to my projects. So I am forever just adding on the dimensionals. They're probably my most used, aside from my adhesive. It's probably like my most used item. Okay, and then when we're done with these, we'll move on to the really fun stuff. Okay. 2, 4, 6. Oh my gosh, look, it was meant to be. I have exactly 8 dimensionals left on this sheet. It's a sign. It's a sign that I used the right amount. Okay, moving those aside, let me get some of this cleaned up. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring over this Whisper White that we cut in half so that we could use the scrap. This is just a regular piece of printer paper, nothing fancy. I'm going to open it up. I folded it in half. I'm opening it up so that it folds this way for me. I'm going to make sure that this has no little stuff on it. I'm going to use Versamark ink and my Stampin' Emboss gold powder. Let me grab myself a clear block. I'm going to get my D block. You guys, I feel congested this morning. I feel like I have like some stuffy nose stuff going on, but I think it's because we turned the heater on for the first time last night. Are you guys using your heaters yet? We turned it on last night, which is amazing. My husband never, ever, ever wants to turn on the heater. The air conditioning, no problem. He'll run the air conditioning all year long. But the heater, he is not a fan of turning on the heater. I was actually really cold last week. I thought it was getting cold and I wanted to turn the heater on. And I kid you not, my husband was like, no, it's fine. We have a comfortable amount of layers on. Yeah, that's my husband. Okay, I'm gonna do, so you do kind of have to do this kind of quickly, not like a race for your life, but, okay, and I don't want to get too crazy because I don't know exactly how this dye sets up. Okay, so I did that, and now I'm just gonna take some of this gold powder and I'm gonna dump it all over my image like this. And it's actually gonna be perfect. Okay, and then I'm gonna move it around so that it gets all over. Okay, that's good. Okay, and I'm just flicking it, getting that excess off. And I'm not gonna like rub my finger on any of the stamped image part, but there are like these parts right here where there's powder sticking, and I'm gonna go ahead and rub my finger there to get that off. But I don't want to rub my finger on any of my stamped image because it will completely rub the powder off, and then that kind of defeats what we're doing here. Okay, and I am gonna use this second sheet. I'm gonna go ahead and set that aside. And I'm gonna use the second sheet of Whisper White really quick to do that 6th sentiment because I do like to do this all at the same time. Okay. So putting that back in the jar, bringing this over. Inking this up. I just looked up and my kids have put on Home Alone 2. So apparently we're watching number 2 now. Okay, there we go. And it looks like it might be time for me to consider reordering some gold emboss powder. There's still a little bit left though. There's still a little bit there. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my heat tool. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on to the highest setting, and I'm going to wait for it to heat up for a second. It doesn't take too long. And then I'm going to run it here, and then hopefully you guys can see this magic when the ink turns from dust into this really pretty gold. Oh, it's happening. The magic is happening. Look at that. Can you see that? Isn't that the funnest thing? Oh, so good. Okay, so now let's do this sheet. Okay, this does get really, really hot, so you don't want to like have your finger under the air because it does burn. And you can't use a regular blow dryer to do this. Because this heat tool, it requires a certain temperature of heat and your blow dryer just doesn't get hot enough. So you will need to use a heat tool for any heat embossing. Don't ask me how I know about the blow dryer. I may or may not have thought I could get away with it. I'm not confessing to anything officially. I'm just letting you know the blow dryer doesn't work. It won't do the trick. Isn't that so fun? I could watch embossing all day long. Just watching it change from powder to like liquid gold is so cool. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I just can't. I love it. done with that. Okay, give me 2 seconds. I have to get up and adjust something over here. Maybe. Okay. So now that we've done that, I'm going to take, this is the other die from the same Stitch So Sweetly, and we're going to die cut this. Make sure I'm not squishing any of my project pieces. Okay, so I'm bringing all my plates back over, and I'm going to... Okay, so I am going to grab some washi tape because the heat has kind of, I don't want to say that it warped the paper, but it essentially warped the paper. Hang on a second, guys. I need to get myself together over here. I know it's hard because you're not seeing what I'm seeing, but okay. Just gonna grab washi. This is, I don't even know. This might not even be Stampin' Up! Washi. I have like a whole vase full of washi. Okay, so I'm just going to line this up as much as I think it's straight. Okay, line it up like that, and then we're gonna push it through we're gonna roll it through the cutting emboss. Do this a total of 6 times for all 6 sentiments. Okay, and look, with that pretty stitch detail, how cute, right? Okay, so let's do some more. Elizabeth, please don't sit on or stand on that chair, honey. Thank you. Are you still here? Are you bearing with me in this, this die cutting? You're a trooper if you are. I am trying to remove this washi. Sometimes when you put washi through the machine a few times, it will start to like lose, not lose, it's tack, but kind of get, like it'll start to pull the paper. Okay, so I'm just putting this as straight as I can. Okay. We're halfway done, guys. Halfway. After this one, we are over halfway done with this step. Number 5 coming right up. Okay, this one and one more. And then we're officially, oh, see, it started to rip. That's because I got aggressive with it. But I didn't really care about that piece because we're not using that. We don't need it. Okay. So lining this up. Straight as possible. Posible. Okay, last one right here. Okay, putting the machine down, getting the plates out. Trying to be careful because I don't want my washi to tear anything up. Okay, and then I'm gonna put this die away so that I don't lose it. Don't need that washi anymore. Okay, so now I'm ready to bring my card back over. And I'm gonna bring these pieces back over. Let me get this out of the way. I'm gonna bring these pieces back over. Actually, you know what? I can feel some of that embossing dust on my workspace, so give me a second. I'm gonna move all of it and just kind of wipe this off. Get some of that dust off. Don't want to be working in the dust. Okay. Now I'm bringing it all back over. Got my little pile of sentiments there. Got my little pile over here. Actually, I'm gonna do it this way. Okay, and I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the backs of all of these. And I'm gonna put these center on the front. Like that. And let's do it this way. Wow. I love it when the backing comes off really nice like that. Sometimes the backing will get sticky or difficult for me. Hold on, I wasn't ready yet. I wasn't ready to commit to that. Okay, I'm good. Isn't it pretty? I love these colors together. This green and this, what was this again? This was Pretty Peacock. So pretty together. Okay. It keeps doing that and I'm not ready to commit yet. Someone let Tyson out, please. Children. Can someone let Tyson out, please? Thank you, Anthony. Okay, this guy. The one thing I will say about this is I'm always impressed by how efficient working an assembly line can be, because we just made 6 cards and it took us about an hour, which that's not bad, guys. For 6 cards, that's not bad. I know sometimes I get really fancy and I spend an hour just on one card. Okay, like that. How pretty is that? Okay, and then this, what do you think? Should I put it here? I was thinking maybe here I could tie a little knot and do like some little gems there. Or I could do it here, like, I just do it right there. No. Yeah, I like my original plan. Yeah? Yeah, I'm with it too. Okay, I'm gonna flip these over. Flip them all over, and I'm gonna get crazy with the dimensionals again. Let's start. I'm just gonna do 4 on each of these. Oh, that was so nice for you to bring me my cup. Thank you.
Got a Stampin' Up one.
I know. I love my Stampin' Up cup.
Yeah.
It's
I
my
love it too.
favorite cup.
Mom, you know how I knew that it was 10p up?
How did you know?
Because I saw this, the little logo. It said 10p up.
Okay, I don't want to get more dimensional, so I'm going to be kind of... You can totally do this too. Because...
It's going to be kind of hard.
This edge is also, you know, it's more dimension. Be cost effective, guys. Be cost effective. Or be like me and just don't leave your stamp space. Don't leave your stamp in space and just make it work.
And stop being lazy, Mom. You be lazy.
Am I being lazy? Sometimes I be lazy.
Mom, you be like, can you get my phone? I'd be like, no. And then you'll be like, fine, I guess.
That's true.
Phone for me.
I do that to you a lot. Okay, so now I'm just going to, I am still wearing pajamas. Wow, Ellie, way to call me out on camera.
No, Mom.
Goodness.
Mom, I say that like you told pajama for me. Who would wear pajama one in the morning? Like, who would do
Well,
that?
I do. I thought maybe because no one would see me and no one would know. But now that you told everybody, my goodness.
No, Mom. I think it's okay because I do it then forget.
Oh, you do it too, okay.
Yeah, because me and my mom wore pajama one time with
yeah, one day we just purposely dressed in pajamas and we stayed in pajamas all day. That was really fun, huh?
But we went to the park and Watoa Woody was like kind of morning time.
Okay, I'm just going to add this right here.
Kind of not morning tea, so yeah. Is that cotton? Trane? Is that okay?
It is okay. It says thank you.
Thank you for you. Wait, do you say, thank you.
No, it says I can't thank you enough. You know, it can be kind of tricky to read that yourself.
Yeah, kind of.
Go check on Tyson. Brothers are trying to tell me something I can't understand.
What were you saying?
Okay, and then one more right here. You guys, I can't believe that Ellie just called me out on camera and told you that I'm wearing pajamas. That kid. Leave it to a child. Okay, I'm going to take this. I'm going to take a sip of water. But I'm going to take this ribbon and I'm just going to snip off 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay. And I wasn't worried about the length or where or what. Okay. And I'm going to tie this underneath and I'm just going to tie a regular knot. I'm not going to do anything too fancy. Just going to tie a knot right there. That. Oh my gosh, okay. And I'm just tying these all right now and I'll go back and I'll snip them all at the same time. Before I fling it somewhere. Okay, and one more. Okay, and now I'm going to come back and I'm going to trim all of these. And I'm just trimming them at a little angle. Do, do. Do, do, do. Oops. Maybe. Okay, one more. You guys, we're almost done. Okay, there we go. One more little thing that I want to do is add some, I'm going to add some little gold gems. So let me grab those. Okay, these are going to be champagne. No, I don't want champagne. Hold on. Let's see. I'm gonna go with these. These are metallic pearls, and I'm gonna use the gold metallic pearls. And I'm just gonna put 2. I don't really, hold on. I like the blingy version better. Okay, we're gonna do these ones. We're gonna do these guys right hard. Right here. Okay, I'm gonna start with, I wanna take a big gem and put it on top. So I'm gonna do that on all of them. Gosh, this one doesn't like me. That one didn't like me. Okay. Oh my gosh, what is happening? It's okay, these are big enough that it's not that big a deal, but sometimes. Yes, my dear.
When you're done making the card, can you play Guess Who with me?
Yes, we will play Guess Who. Okay, and then I'm putting a smaller one kind of underneath it.
So it's a little tiny baby?
Yep.
That's cute.
Thanks.
What a period. Mom, I can't make all these cards at one day, and I cannot make any of your cards.
Sure. You've made cards with me. You've made some really pretty cards.
Mom, the only card what I remember when I was 5, what I made with you, is a pumpkin one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was good. When Ellie and I did a stamp session in the VIP group on World Card Making Day, and we made this adorable pumpkin card. I loved it.
Yeah.
If you guys want to join our VIPs, we go on there and do exclusive demonstrations. And VIP members, all you have to do is place an order of $50 or more.
Or like 10.
No, like 50. And then
51.
Or 51, because it can be or more. And then when you do that, you become a VIP member. Okay, there's 6 cards, guys. 6 cards all at once. I love them. They're beautiful. And I can't wait to send them out in the mail. Thanks, you guys, for hanging out with me today for Tuesday tutorial. I will see you guys later. I have a couple things I need to wrap up today and this week. But yeah, I always love our Tuesday tutorial time. Thanks again. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see ya.